Welcome to a special edition of the Seahawkers podcast. We're talking throwback uniform breakdowns and takedowns, emotional shakedowns. We're feeling good. I'm Clinton Bonner. I'm joined by Mr. Phil Leidick. Mr. Phil, we got some new canvases, some beauties to react to. How you doing today, dude?
I'm doing great. Clinton. Adam sent us a group text in our Seahawkers bunch and said, "Hey, let's do a live reaction to the jerseys that are coming out. Throwback unis coming out tomorrow." I'm like, "That's pretty cool. I wonder if I'll be able to get involved in that." And then now Adam's not involved, but so I guess this is the first time they just left us, and the two daddies of the show just let the kids run the house for once.
That's it. They're like, all right, these kids are old enough. They can take the car for a spin. It's fine, right? So just be back by 11 o'clock, and don't do dumb stuff, kids. Which is all good. So we got the keys to the castle. We're celebrating it. It is fun. Adam said that his whole town was having internet issues, so do better. Northern Kalispell, I suppose, right? And I do know that Adam and Brandon will have a chance on the flagship show, which will be episode 407. They'll get on, I'm sure. I'm guarantee that they will be talking about the throwbacks as well. And then since we're here, we figured let's get our take on the record. And then there's plenty to share out there on we saw it on Twitter, we saw reactions. I saw people from the flock with some reactions already as well. So Mr. Phil, your first gut reaction. You see it out there, you see JSN, maybe you saw the video first, maybe you saw some stills first.
Yeah.
What was your gut reaction when you saw these blues, these royal blue thunders back in our life?
Well, they're kind of everything we hoped they'd be. We've been waiting for so very long. Apparently, getting the league to agree that you can have a silver and a blue helmet
Big deal.
takes a lot of paperwork and time. I see that you have Bobby right behind you. That was one of the ones I think that a lot of people anticipated might be a good choice. Now, I see there's no captaincy on his jersey there. So are we anticipating something with that? I don't know, Clinton. All of a sudden, it just popped out to me. There's no captaincy. Wouldn't you get the C on the Bobby jersey or no?
Yeah, you ought to. I guess, have they announced that he's captain again? Yeah, I'd imagine he's captain, right? I'm not sure
voted.
that's. Okay.
Yeah, they haven't voted, but Diggs pretty much intimated that it'll be he and Bobby or Bobby, I think was kind of how Diggs put it. Because now Big Al Woods is over with the Jets. So assuming he makes the roster there, they can have two captains with Bobby and Diggs. But Bobby's got to be, I would think. Not, we're getting off topic here. The jerseys are
sort of,
beautiful.
but it is about the details, right? It is about the nooks and crannies. And yes, if I'm getting a Bobby jersey, I want the C on there for sure. I thought it was a nice, beautiful photo, so I put it back there. Hey, this is I'm 45 years old, Mr. Phil.
Yeah,
this is
me too.
This is it. Like I grew up with these, and I like the updates too. I mean, obviously they look a lot more modern. The big thing for me, I mean, the colors are what they are. They're fantastic. Remember, folks, I'm a New Yorker. I grew up in Long Island, New York. I was born in Queens, grew up in Long Island, and I'm a Seahawks fan because of these uniforms. Like when I was like 6 years old, I loved the helmet. I love the logo. I love the color scheme. And I was pretty close to the Hartford Whalers in the Northeast, which had basically the same exact color scheme back in the day, the royal blue, that bright green, and then the silver and the white. I love them. They are nostalgic, but they did update them. I'll say out of the whole getup, the big piece for me that is the piece de resistance, it's the helmet.
Yeah. I was thinking, if we can't do the silver helmet, you can't do the throwbacks. But if they're only letting us go with one helmet, let's have a silver helmet, right? If we could only have one, I would have preferred the silver over the blue myself. Are you there, Clinton?
Yeah, the thing is, it's funny, like, you don't know what you got till it's gone type thing. And of course, this is many years in the making that we wanted these things back. And then all of a sudden they're all over social media. Very cool release job, I'd say, by the Seahawks social team. Great videos, great imagery, photo shoots, the whole thing. And then you start seeing these and you juxtapose them versus what I think are solid modern uniforms.
Yeah.
And I like our blue helmets. However, if it was like you had to have a helmet, the silver one's way freaking cooler. It's just better. Like even the way, the visors look on Metcalf and Bobby right behind me, they're just cooler. So love the silver dome. not the Pontiac Dome, not the Silver Dome. We will talk Kingdom in a second, but I love the helmets. And it's funny you say what you just said about, hey, if we had to have one, why not make it this one? Did you happen to see Tyler Lockett's reaction tweet when these came out?
His tweet was pretty stout. I was thinking of dome, and not even King Dome yet, but
Mm.
a very famous Seahawk dome was the Hasselbeck Dome, right? I mean,
Oh,
they
sure,
you had
sure.
the beautiful hairless dome. I see there the different jerseys you can buy online right now. One of them is number 8,
Ooh,
the Kobe Bryant choice. Imagine how good Haas would have looked with these beautiful jerseys, because he was stuck in the one era where our jerseys were just terrible,
horrible. Yeah.
terrible. I mean, it was hard to watch. Like, that was our first representation in the Super Bowl, and I'm like, if we got to pick between jerseys, there's one team I'm pulling for here, but the Bus's jersey looks a little bit better than the one that they're forcing Haas to wear. Just imagine this number 8. And I love the number with nothing around it. Don't you
Yes.
like that? The
Oh, it's so
crisp
clean.
white.
It's so clean. Even when like the 49ers did that a couple of years ago, did the couple times over, like they did the 3D images and like, just playing with the numbers. I'm like, stop the white against, in this case, the white against the royal blue.
Yeah.
It's as they would say, it's super clean. They look beautiful. Love the helmets. And Lockett, I wanted to, just for the folks that didn't see Lockett's tweet, Lockett was like, hey, we need to petition. He was like literally actively calling out to Twitter, being like, we need to petition that we wear these week 1. He's not trying to wait till week 8 to wear these.
That's a
And
long time.
I don't blame them. They're so nice. They're just, it's not just nostalgia. Yes, of course we feel the way we feel because we grew up with these, but they're gorgeous. And their reaction's pretty universal across the board. Seahawks or non-Seahawks fans just seem to really dig it. So I'm with Tyler. I don't know where where that petition is going to fire off, but I'm willing to put my Herbie Hancock on that petition, Mr. Phil.
Well, maybe Mike Salk, he likes to say petition. Maybe he can
Yes.
get one going there from the 710 Seattle radio. He starts singing his petition song that he gets from the what's the movie? I lost it right now.
I don't know the movie. I've heard him say it, but
The tradition song. It's from a very, very, very Fiddler on the Roof.
Okay.
He's mimicking the tradition song with petition. Maybe he'll get that going just for Tyler.
I think he should.
I wish they wouldn't wait till week 8 as well, but I was really hoping, since I'm going to be at the Thanksgiving game, I was really hoping that we could at least have an additional game. The game that I'll be at against the Winers, because I would love to wear one of these jerseys and match. I'll probably wear one of these jerseys whether the Hawks are doing it or not, but it would be kind of, Captain Sea Hockey to coordinate jerseys with what they're wearing on the field.
It would be cool. So that begs the question. There are some choices. It's a little bit more. I saw some of our some female viewers and listeners out there saying that there's really only like 5, I think, choices for the female sizes or the female, cut jerseys. But I think for the male, there's quite a bit more. So who are you fixing on? Did you already order one, or which one are you fixing to order?
Well, I'm having a hard time deciding right now. I'm interested in the Witherspoon. I like the Jax where he did the little video with his Smith and Jig, but not sure if I'm ready for a hyphenated name on my back.
It's a lot of letters.
But the Witherspoon looks tight. Diggs number 6, that always looks really good. I have a couple Largent jerseys, so I don't know if we have to go there. How about you? What have you narrowed it down? There's a Geno choice that I really like too, but
yeah, Geno's great. And of course he's going to be the one who's emblematic with this throwback. And it's kind of weird that it wasn't Russ, because Russ has been calling for these for years and he doesn't get to do this. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. However, I think I would just go with Lockett. And it's for several reasons. Number one, he'll be here, hopefully for several more years. But he's also now kind of crossed that chasm of like, if you show up at Lumen with a Cam Chancellor jersey, that's cool. If you show up at Lumen with a Baldwin jersey or a Sherman jersey or a Largent jersey or a Tez jersey, cool. A Beast Mode jersey, cool, all cool. So it's just got the longevity that no matter when, hopefully one day I'm an 80-year-old screaming my lungs out at Lumen and I'm rocking a throwback Lockett jersey, and people are still like, yeah, Lockett was dope, right? So that's the longevity with it, and plus I just love the way the dude plays the game. So that's probably the one I'd go with right now.
What about the number 12 Bonner jersey? Any chance of that?
Nah, I'm not into that. I'm not.
Okay.
I don't do that. It's just it's not my vibe. It's funny. I am an Islander fan, and back in high school days, there was a very good New York Islander called Steve Thomas. So his last name, it was like English, he was a Canadian English guy, but English last name Thomas. And people in my high school who didn't know me, they were like, "Why'd you put your first name on your jersey?" I'm like, "No, it's I don't." So I got some emotional scarring from that, Mr. Phil. But no, I've never been into the own name on the back of the jersey, and even if it's a 12, I wouldn't go that route. I'd rather have a player. I'm not sure about you if there's any Leidig jerseys hanging around, or if you'd ever want that.
My neighbors across the way that are way into the Hawks as well put up their 12 sign and all. They all wear 12 jerseys. That there was kind of a thing going around for a while. I don't know how if it's still there, if you've heard, where you're not allowed to wear the jersey of somebody that's younger than you. Have you ever heard those jersey rules?
No, that sounds like you got to honk at somebody if they're in a Jeep or something like that.
Yeah.
If you own a Jeep, I guess it's pretty odd if you just honk at all Jeeps. No, never heard that. Won't subscribe to it. I'm
Yeah.
aging, as we all
We're
are.
45, so
Yeah. So what
we'd
am I
we'd
got
have
to
to
wear?
stick with
Like
the classics. We'd have to
like,
stick with the Tez and the
yeah, it's like,
Largents
yeah,
and the
good. I get to wear a Joey Galloway jersey. No, thank you. I don't feel like wearing a John Kitna jersey today. So no, I don't subscribe to that. I go to sports games to be entertained, and I wear, my sports stuff to tell passerbys, if you want to engage with me socially on a common topic or maybe a uncommon topic, here's your opportunity. That's why I'm wearing the Rock shirt, or why I'm wearing, why I'm expressing myself with my fandom, right? So no,
yeah.
I'm going to wear any player at any age, and that rule could go kick rocks. That's how I feel about that.
The color, but you have heard of that rule, right?
Actually, I had not.
Oh,
That's the first
okay.
I've heard of it. So it could be a West Coast thing
It's a thing.
potentially. It
But
hasn't
I
made
love
its
the
way
beautiful
over.
no, I don't want to get you off on the ridiculous rules that I've heard, but that was a big thing for a while. I love the beautiful blue. The blue is going to
Gorgeous.
look fantastic on just about everybody. I think I'll be requesting my wife to get me one. My birthday's September 11th coming up,
There
so
you go.
something. I like a few of these numbers. It's hard to decide, but going along with your Lockett idea, I'm kind of leaning toward Wagner because for
Yeah.
some reason I've never got one, and now he's back. I feel like it's a second chance for all of us, isn't it, Clinton?
Yeah.
He's back, and he's
Love
going
it.
to be a legend. He's going to go right into the Hall of Fame, an all-time legend. It'll be a jersey that can hang and be worn at any time, kind of like your Cam thought.
Yeah, it's very similar to the Cam one for sure, and it does, it automatically has that longevity, which is only going to be a couple of players. That's the way it goes in sports, and his comeback story. Now the throwbacks are part of his comeback story. He's been asking for years for like the blackout jersey, which I was always like, no, don't. I just don't. It's like it's not part of the Seahawks culture or history. It's just like, no, that's not. We don't need a Seahawks blackout jersey. I'm like, no, do this. What they did, right? Go get the throwbacks, modernize them, get the helmet right. Helmet looks great. Pants look great. The whole getup looks pristine. And we mentioned the Kingdom earlier. Did you spot
Yes,
the detail of the Kingdom? What'd you
it's
think of
like
that?
right back here, right?
Yeah, it's the tag, right? It's the color, the
It looks
tag that would
beautiful.
be. Yeah, it's a perfect little like almost like a line drawing with almost like a little wave at the bottom of it. And I saw the designer, I forget her name, but she was out on Twitter, and she said something like, "Oh, I, designed that Kingdom imagery like a year and a half ago, and it's an honor that they incorporated it into the jerseys." And she's one of the designers on the Seahawks team. But like, that's so cool. Like, something you design, because obviously the logo is the logo, and the colors are the colors, and the font's the font, et cetera, et cetera. And then Nike's going to have their templates. Like, Nike's going to have the collar's going to look a certain way, and the things are going to cut a certain way at the sleeves. That's what the Nike template's going to allow. The thing you could get in there is like a specialty item, which hers is the thing. She got her Kingdom sketch basically on the jersey. And I just think that is beyond cool. It's so awesome.
Awesome. And now tell us all, Clinton, the different prices, the $175 Fuse limited, or the $130. What's the big differences on those jerseys if you're making a decision?
Oh, about $40. That's about that's about the difference if my math is right. I don't know what the difference in quality is. 175 is a spicy meatball. 135 still a fairly spicy meatball for, but they're NFL jerseys, so if you're getting authentic one, you're gonna pay a pretty penny. With all that, I have no idea. I don't know what that extra $40 gets you. Is it clear on the site as to,
I
is it
can't
just
tell
a,
yet. I thought maybe
yeah,
Brandon will answer these things for us. He seems
yeah,
like he'd be
maybe.
good at that. But we probably should be getting out of here. That was the main thing. I was wondering if you had the advice for me on why we should spend 175 plus tax.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things that it feels good, right? We all got to do our part to keep the economy keep the economy rolling,
Yeah.
right? So just fork over the money with tax, spend the $200, forget
No,
about
thank
it.
you. No, thank
Get the piece. And one other piece of news along with this is we do have to say so long to the Wolf Grays. The Wolf Grays are no more, at least for now.
Bye bye.
They brought these back. The Wolf Grays are gone, which means they're keeping the action greens. I think it's the best of the bunch. Wolf Grays were
Good
fine.
for winning. They were
Yeah,
good for winning, but
yes.
not as appealing to the eye.
Yeah, they were okay. They
They
were
had their
just
time.
okay. Now we have, just like we have, JSN, DK, and Tyler. Now we have our amazing road whites. We got these amazing blues, and we have our action green. That's our Ghidorah right there. So you're like, maybe not the action green. I like the action green.
They're okay. I like
I,
them with the blue pants.
Yes, with the blue pants. So we are thrust right back to the top of the NFL with not only the best wide receiving core, but now the best trio of jerseys, which I think is a nice thing. So, Mr. Phil, let's get on out of here. This was a fun little recap. A beautiful day. We've been waiting for it
Yes.
for a long time. They're
Lovely.
here, and now
Fantastic.
now we get to go buy all the cool, all
Take
the
all our
cool
money in a fantastic way.
Yes, exactly. And of course, increase the Hawker. So folks out there, Seahawkers podcast, so youtube.com/Seahawkers podcast. The season is right around the bend. That means 5 to 6 unique shows every single week. Brandon, Adam, myself, Phil, and of course Wilson as well. So lots and lots. Hey, now it's basically late July. We're going to turn around and it is going to be camp and preseason. So we are
Yes.
fired up, and we'll all be wearing these beautiful throwback jerseys. So, Mr. Phil, with that,
There's only one thing left to say.
go Hawks.
Go Hawks.